So I have been longing to talk about this situation between Joseline and Amber Rose, where they got into a physical fight. I believe it happened back in June of 2023. So let's get to it. So Amber Rose gets in a physical fight with Joseline Hernandez after saying Rose doesn't want to be black while they were on College Hill. So in what should have been a typical day at school for the celebrity group, model Amber Rose, 39 years old, and TV personality Joseline Hernandez, who's 36, got into a heated debate about racial identity in an episode of College Hill, Celebrity Edition, that ended in a physical fight. And by the way, I am getting this report from You Interview, this article, okay? So College Hill is a reality show that follows college students that attend historically black colleges. The Celebrity Edition features a group of celebrities who live together as they go to college together. The celebrity group this season attends classes at Alabama State University and includes Parker Rosie, Amon Shumpert, Tiffany N.Y. Pollard, Orion Browner, Ray J, and Quaylon Rogers. So I remember when this show came out, this was definitely my era. There were young kids on this show, College Hill, who they were like dating, partying, all kind of messy stuff was going on. It's very interesting. I haven't watched this show in years. I don't think it has been out for years. So now they're basically, I think, trying to incorporate find some other ways to incorporate other people, because all of these people are not college age, but they're supposed to be taking classes. So that's how they got to this point of being on the show. So during their African American literature class with Dr. Jacqueline Trimble, Browner read a Langston Hughes poem called Harlem Sweeties. The professor then asked the class what they think the poem was talking about. Hernandez, they're referring to Joseline Hernandez, who is also known as the Puerto Rican princess, offered her opinion first and said she felt like it was for the generations of the beautiful young black ladies. Traditional Western beauty sucks. I hate to say it for the whitey whites, she continued, with some in the class reacting to her comments. Joseline is very funny. Seemingly oblivious to the reactions around her, the TV personality turned around and looked at Rose and said, "Just Amber, we got a little white person in here, but she's mixed though." And I'm gonna basically kind of come back to this because I'm gonna bring it all the way back for people in reference to the things that Joseline is saying. Because sometimes it's my belief that we kind of have to let people get their karma. Joseline, in my opinion, might have been Amber Rose's karma, and I'll explain that later on. Let me finish the article. There is a difference between giving an opinion and being overly ready to be inflammatory. I don't know if Joseline is an insensitive person, but right now I feel like she keeps pushing Amber. We have to remain respectful, Pollard later said. So Pollard, they're referring to Tiffany New York Pollard. She's popular or famous for dating Flavor Flav on Flavor of Love, I believe it was called, years ago. New York has calmed down, and she's still very funny to me. I just think she's really funny, especially her reactions. She's very dramatic. But she's really calmed down these days. I've seen her on, I think, a different show or something like that, where I've seen clips of her on YouTube. She's definitely calmed down versus how she was before. And so it's interesting that she's saying we have to remain respectful, which is true. When the professor later asked them about their racial mountains, Rose explained that she didn't fit in white spaces, but she didn't fit in black spaces either. In what seemed to be an attempt to empathize with Rose, Hernandez chimed in with, "You give me so much more blackness." So I would interpret that as to mean that you come off or I consider you someone who's more black than white. So which Rose replied by questioning Hernandez's actions earlier in class. Hernandez and Rose continued to argue about racial identity until Hernandez told her, "You know what's your problem? Your problem is that you really want to be a white girl." As the professor attempted to mediate the argument, Hernandez ignored her and told Rose didn't even want to be black, and then proceeded to repeatedly call Rose a crybaby. This led to Rose initiating a physical fight, which the episode did not show. As the group gathered later on, they seemed to have sided with Rose and talk about how Rose's story of her life was played out right in front of them. "I was so proud of Amber for sticking up for herself," Posey said. "Nothing to me is more disrespectful than telling a biracial person that they want to be white." Hernandez was later expelled from school. Although the group understood Rose and her actions, many on the internet are siding with Hernandez, saying she was right in her opinions and that Rose has made a living in black spaces. After watching the College Hill episode, I'm 100% team Joseline. She said nothing wrong. Amber Rose wants to be white and her comments rubbed me the wrong way, one person tweeted. Amber Rose just seems really unhealed. She's like 39 years old and still seems as fragile and lost as her younger self she often speaks about, another commented. Amber Rose is unserious. Joseline told no lies. Her approach was harsh. Her approach was a harsh take, but the point still stands. The entitlement Amber felt after physically assaulting another individual screams privilege. Why are you fighting if you don't really identify as black? A third question. Rose has mostly surrounded herself with the black community in her career, notably dating rapper Kanye West and Wiz Khalifa, and often talks about her struggles as a multiracial person. In a 2016 interview with Refinery 29, Rose was asked about how it felt to have her biracial identity often questioned. She then went on to share that she was asked in a previous interview if she considered herself a black woman, to which she replied, "No. I embrace all of my culture. You don't have to pick and choose a side," she said. "That's what keeps racism alive." So someone else commented and said, "Amber Rose, we all thought you are black, and if you did not fit into black spaces, then explain your whole career. Who supported you, girl?" "We did. Black folks. Joseline's delivery was bad, but she was right." So that's the end of that article. And the problem with the comments, I also agree with what Joseline was saying. It might have been harsh, but I do feel like it was Amber Rose's karma. And I feel like I'm going to go back to 2017 where Amber Rose made some comments. And I feel like a lot of people, everybody, right? Women especially, you want to, well, I'm not going to speak for everyone, but we want to be in those spaces where we are treated the best, right? And I feel like Amber Rose, the look that she came into the industry with, she bald-headed, right? I think she had like this blonde hair, like really blonde hair. She had like a very different look to her, a very different aesthetic to her. And it kind of seems to me that maybe her aesthetic, maybe it doesn't appeal to white men as much, or maybe she doesn't want white men, because she has chosen to date black men predominantly. I have never seen her with a white man. And also it has benefited her in some way, right? Because the relationship that she had with Kanye West definitely put her into a place. That relationship is what put her into the industry, because I believe Kanye moved her out of Philly and she basically was in the industry ever since then. So it kind of elevated her, and I think she continued to do what worked for her. I don't know if it's that she's not attracted to white men, or it's just that she's continuing to do what works for her, her finances, and what works for her as far as fame goes. So the reason why I'm the reason why I'm on Joseline's side is because Amber has always made these kind of comments to where I feel like the reason why she's choosing to be in the spaces with the Black culture is because she feels like she's better. And there are or have been people who have treated her like she's better. I don't know if it's because of colorism, or I don't know if it's because of society standard of beauty as to why she has been able to make a living and also to put herself into places because of the things that the industry holds high. She has been able to make a living and also live a certain lifestyle because she has been treated better. So with this look that Amber Rose has, I don't know that she can get a top dollar or a billionaire or a millionaire white man and, just, be able to ride on that. I don't think she would have been able to do that. So it's very unfortunate that Amber Rose is saying she from my understanding, she's biracial, but she's saying she doesn't identify as Black, but she's definitely representing white. But she has been in the industry and around Black culture for a long time, and even commenting on things as far as the Black culture. And she has also, I've never liked her movement that she has. It's called the Slut Walk. I've never liked, first of all, I don't like the name. She's talking about the ability for women to be free when it comes to their sexuality, and she's acting like she's a woman's woman. But these comments that I'm about to read right now do not speak to being a woman's woman. So I got this article from The Vibe, and it says, this is from 2017, and it says, Amber Rose makes questionable comments about South Philly women. So despite being pegged as a woman who stands up girl power, Amber Rose was caught making some pretty weird comments about women from her hometown in South Philadelphia. During an appearance on the latest episode of Revolt's Drink Champs, the personality suggested that many of the women weren't traditionally attractive from her hometown. When asked about her experience growing up in Philly, Rose had a lot to say, admitting that she never felt like she belonged there because she always felt bigger than the city. But her comments quickly went left when she brought in other female natives. I don't know how I can say this without sounding blanked up, but a lot of the people where I'm from aren't traditionally attractive people, she said. For me, being blessed with beauty, as beautiful women know, is a blessing and a curse. To grow up in such an area and be blessed with beauty, it was very difficult for me. Amber's comments quickly became the point of discussion on Twitter, with people criticizing her for putting other women down. Many also brought up the age-old debate about light-skinned women versus dark-skinned women. Amber Rose's comments is one of the reasons why there's a stigma of light-skinned women thinking they're prettier than everyone, one person tweeted. Another person kindly pointed out a number of famous women who are from the Philly region and are beautiful, including Eve, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and Jill Scott. One person tweeted, Amber Rose's comments is the reasons why there's I already read this. Well, let's read it again. Amber Rose's comments is one of the reasons why there's a stigma of light-skinned women thinking they're prettier than everyone. But I digress. Let me pull up something else here. Amber Rose saying a lot of Philly chicks aren't attractive, ... I don't know who she's been bumping into, but I know tons of pretty girls from the 215. How does Amber Rose call herself a feminist and says she wants to empower women, then turns around and calls women ugly? Amber Rose's comments are quite shocking, especially since she has often branded herself as a feminist. In addition to frequently sticking up for female issues and rights in the media, Rose launched her own Slut Walk, which advocates for body positivity and sexual assault awareness. Rose has not issued a statement clarifying her remarks, but let's hope she fixes it in the near future. Check out her interview on Drink Champ. So that was the article from The Vibe. And so this is what I say about karma. So after that, there was a moment, and let me get the date here. There was a moment, well, this actually happened before that article. So that happened in 2017. But it was a few years just before that in 2015 where Kanye West made some comments about Amber Rose, because it was around the time that he was starting to date Kim Kardashian. But at that point, Kanye West would have known what type of person Amber Rose was. So this is why we shouldn't run and jump to aid somebody or pick up for somebody. So Kanye West says, according to this article from MTV, Kanye West had to wash off Amber Rose with 30 showers before dating Kim Kardashian. So they said that Amber Rose cries as she admits to being bullied by Kanye's fans. So Amber Rose got into a nasty exchange with Khloe Kardashian on Twitter earlier this week. And now she's trending again thanks to Kanye West's less than flattering comments about her during an interview with The Breakfast Club. Kanye's sit down with Power 105 aired on Friday morning, February 20th, and while he was gushing about his wife, Kim Kardashian, Ye was asked if he'll reach out to Amber Rose and politely ask her to stop talking about his new family. The answer was no, but it came with just a little shade. He said, "She's just soaking in the moment," he said, adding that he's responsible for Amber Rose's fame. "If Kim had dated me when I first wanted to be with her, there wouldn't be an Amber Rose." Okay. Amber Rose has long alleged that Kim Kardashian texted nude photos to Kanye West while she was still dating him. But he denies that and again threw a little more shade. "I wish," he said when asked if he did receive naked photos from Kim. "It's very hard for women to want to be with someone that's with Amber Rose," he continued. "So she wasn't sending nothing. I had to take 30 showers before I got with Kim." "Don't ask me no more," Kanye said while laughing. "I want to be respectful." On another note, he doesn't think that marrying into the Kardashian family has hurt his brand. "It's helped him," he admitted, "because it just showed my ability, for example, to bring Mos Def into the studio with Jay-Z. My ability to bridge the gap." So that's how he felt back then. Kanye West, as we know, feels very differently now. I did not know that Amber Rose was commenting on Kim and Kanye while they were together. So let's see. Okay. Okay, so Amber Rose did refer to the Kardashian family as the Kardashians. Okay. It doesn't even matter. So this was years ago, but I do see that there was some sort of comment that she did make about their divorce, that she saw it coming. I don't know if she also saw her divorce coming, but you know, you just shouldn't mix and put out that negative energy because it definitely can come back to you. So I'm really surprised about Amber Rose though, because she's a Libra. I'm a Libra. Kim Kardashian is actually also a Libra. I've seen some great side of her. I've seen some really weird, sneaky sides of Kim too. But, you know, Libras, for the most part, they mind their business. We can be a little bit shady sometimes if necessary. But I'm surprised Amber doing all of this, you know, messy stuff and acting higher than thou. And I just think that Joseline was justified. Joseline was just her karma. I can't criticize Joseline for the way she approached things because of Amber's history and how she has approached things. So, you know, Joseline is just the one to say it. That's all that is. So I like Joseline, and she has other things to worry about right now. She's being charged for this fight that she had at the Floyd Mayweather event, or fight, that she had with Lex, or Big Lex. So stay tuned. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.